This Schoology walkthrough tutorial will be about Schoology Conferences, adding it as an app to your courses, and how to navigate a little bit and set up a conference directly in your course. So once I sign into Schoology, I'm going to click on the cluster of squares that is here and take me to the App Center. And I can scroll down until I find the blue speech bubble with the camera that says Conferences. So I'll click that once and I'm going to install the app. Click Agree by consenting that you're going to share this information, to put in the app, and you're going to check all of the courses or the groups that you have that you want your conference app to be on to have access to. So you can do this in your groups and you can also do this in your courses. So once I go ahead and click those, I'm going to click Install. And I already have a few of these on my courses already. So now I'm just going to go ahead and click one of the courses that I know I have a conference app in, and it will then populate down here on the left hand side with the other tabs that you have. So once you install the conference in your course, it's installed for everybody. So if you have another admin or resource teacher or something that is in your class, it will show up for them, and all of the members, which are your students, it's going to show up in your course for you. But you have to click each one of those boxes to put it in each one of the classes or the groups that you have. So once you have that done, you can click on Conferences and you come to a screen like this. And you'll have all of your active conferences that you've scheduled will start populating down here at the bottom. And if you have any old conferences, the completed ones, they will populate down here too. Now the completed ones will stay there, but if you have any recordings, they will only be available for up to 7 days, and then those recordings are deleted by default automatically, so they do not stay. But any of your other conferences that you know you have, they'll show here with the date and times that you scheduled them. So then I can go back to active. I'm going to click create a conference. I can give it a name, and you're already in your math course or anything, even if you just want to say core 1, or if you're saying this is math, or however you're going to be setting this up with. If you're going to only have your conferences through your homeroom class, for instance, if you are in the intermediate building and you're going to put conferences in homeroom and you have your students to go in the homeroom each time and meet you there, that's fine too. And maybe you'll say LA at a specific time, and you can have math at a specific time, and you can separate the subjects in that way under your homeroom course for the intermediate and the younger grades if you want to. But for the middle school students and staff, you all may do yours a little bit different than the names. So let's say with starting the times, I'm going to say I'm going to have this on September 9th. And the time will be 9 o'clock, and I could put an end time there if I want as well, or you could just leave it open. So that part is up to you, but you'll have the date and the time that the conference will begin. You can click create, and then it shows up. Your conference is set. Nobody can get in or out to your conference until you are there, you're ready to start, and anybody else, it's just the members that are in this course that have been assigned to you. So that is how you begin and you get ready to go. If you have any questions or editing, you can click the gear like everything else that is in Schoology, and you can edit that if you want to change the time or the title, or you can delete it. But for now, we're going to click on Start the Conference. And once you get into the conference, you may find that it does take a few moments once you need to get started. So you're going to click that to get yourself in, possibly before the rest of the kids too, because you have to do all these little permissions. So you want to make sure that you can join with your microphone so that they can hear you and you can hear them, and back and forth instead of listen only. And you want to make sure you give it allow for your microphone access. It's going to ask you to run this echo test. And once that goes, you can click yes. And now it's saying that I'm the only person that's in this conference. So right now you're fully embedded in the, in the chat and with the conference here. So you're going to have a little bit of information with these dial-ins that you see here. There's a public chat that is available for all of the members that are in your group. You have some shared notes, and then once your students are there, their names will start populating here, and you can click next to them and mute or unmute and do a bunch of other things that are available for each person. So right now I don't have anybody in here, but my gear is my friend. Always remember that, your wonder wheel. So you can clear to certain things. This one, you can mute all users all at one time. You can mute everybody except for the presenter. If you've given presenter status over to one of your students for something, you could save usernames. You can lock viewers, so that's a little different. If you want to share webcam, you can turn that on or off to allow them to be able to do that. The microphone, if you want to allow them to send the public chat messages or sending private chat messages, obviously you can turn that off. But if you want to also turn off the public chat because they are not being appropriate in the class or something like that, you can certainly just, you click it on and off this way. You can edit or turn the edit for sharing notes on and off. This one is seeing other viewers in the user list. So that is not where you can see other viewers as far as their camera and their pictures. It basically just removes their name so you don't know who they are. It's literal as the viewers of the user list. The list of names will not be populated anymore. So once you kind of look through how you want to enable your features, you can turn those on and off and then click apply, and that will be just for the chat and the conference that you have here. I believe you'll have to do that for each one if you want something specific for your conference every time you're meeting at different times. So you have your mute button. You can leave with your audio. This is where you can share your webcam if you want to turn that on and off, and how you share your screen. So once this is gone, once you start sharing back and forth, all your students will start populating down here in the center console area. This is where you can begin your recordings if you need. Your three dots, always nice. You can make full screen. You can get back to your settings here. And you can this is also where you're going to end your meeting, because even if you click the X off of this, like when you go back in, your meeting will still show as being in progress, essentially. So like I just went back to the other tab for my Schoology account, and you could see where it's in progress because I didn't click the end conference when I was in there. So just in case, so you know that. Other features, if you look on the side, you have these other tools. So you can make text boxes, you can draw, you can do all of these other nice tools that you can do here if you're using like your whiteboard. So you can also like click, you have up to 12, I believe. Yes, you have like 12 whiteboard slides. So for instance, I can do a bunch of things here. If I want to have any text that I want, or if I want to create the tools in this way, and I can type different things in, and I can also undo, and I can throw things away, and I can also use this multi-user whiteboard. So if I click on that, then the kids on their side, they will be able to use the whiteboard, and it will show and populate where they could be working on these different slides as well. So a lot of those extra features goes in an additional video that I will also share with you so that you can see those pieces. And the other thing is over here in this gear, which is where a lot of you guys might be looking at, is with the breakout rooms. So in your gear, if I have more students, or when I have students, I can go to create breakout rooms. So as you know, many of you know that this app basically allows, I can see as the classroom teacher, I can see all of the students that are in my room, and they only see me. So in that instance, if you are trying to do SEL activities or building communities and things like that with your students, you're not able to do that in the main room here. But for a workaround, yes, there are breakout rooms that you can put groups in to do different things, and you can go in and out of those rooms as the teacher, because what it does is it will build. Once I create the room, it gives me this option. I can get up to 8 rooms. I can't do 1, but I can get up to 8 because your 1 is considered your main room. So let's say, for instance, I want 2. All of the kids that were in the room with me would start showing here. And you can click and you can drag and drop the kids in. So in theory, if you want to do those SEL classes and you want to have everybody in one room so that they can all see each other and they can see you as well, then put everybody in a breakout room all together, and then you can meet that way. And that will get you around, if you will, the option of not being able to see everyone. That's what I'm thinking would work the best. So, but if you're also trying to do breakout rooms where you want them to work as a group, then once you get all of the names here, you can either put them in, drag and drop them into the rooms that you want. As you get a bigger list, you can click on the randomly assign and it will throw them in the rooms together. And you can also change the timing that you want them in those breakout rooms as well. So with the time, it's kind of nice when you put them in those rooms and then they're working. What it does is it opens up a new tab for you and for the kids, and it immediately puts them directly into those breakout rooms. And when the time is up, then that is deleted and they throw them back into the main room. I have seen a little bit of an inconsistency with the audio when they go out from the breakout room back to the main room. So if you are planning on doing this, just make sure, especially if you want the main group and you want to see everybody at the same time for you as your personal choice, then maybe just stay there during that time in that room that you're in to make sure everybody can hear and see one another during that time. Let's see what else. So you can also do the check mark for allow users to choose a breakout room. If they want to join, they can do that. And once you're ready to go, you could just click create. And as soon as you click create, it's going to put those kids and you in those rooms. So you basically are going to stay in the main room, which would be here that you started in, and then a new tab would be opened on your desktop in the window for the 1 or 2 breakout rooms that you have. And it will have a name there too. It'll say 1 for a big blue button will be the breakout room 1, breakout room 2, 3, and so forth. Okay, so those are the big ticket item kind of things that will help you here. I'm going to make sure I have links, or just to let you know, there is a really informative moderator video that is on conferences that's on my website. There's also a really informative video for the student view that's on my website, and a few other things about how to pan in and out and things like that. But this is just kind of the quick information details that are available for you to know if you're interested in trying to start with conferences and Schoology. Okay, take care.